Crystal. I have this crystal.
Okay, I see. That's an Apollo-phyte.
What is it?
Apollo-phyte, connecting with the angels and so on. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Welcome, everybody. I see that we're live now. It's always exciting to try and see what the technological things are for. And it says we're about to be live on my Facebook page. So we'll give it a little bit to catch up. See if it shows up on here. And how are you today, Claudia?
Yes, I'm fantastic. Thank you so much. It's 7:30 p.m. in the UK in London here, and it's been a beautiful summer's day. Well, late spring, let's say it like this. It feels like summer though, for us here.
Yeah, it is really been some beautiful weather outside. It's been such a nice spring. And I think a lot of people had a rough winter. I just talked to one of my clients that they usually go to Arizona for the winter and they didn't get to go this year. And so being in the cold weather in Washington for the whole year without leaving was hard for them. So this year. And so I just checked and it looks like the last time we weren't live on YouTube. So it looks like we're live on YouTube. So that's pretty exciting. And I think we're about to go live in the Facebook group. But it appears that we are live on Facebook and on the page. So that's great that the technology is working and Mercury retrograde isn't interfering too much with at the moment. Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody that's watching and everybody that's watching the replay.
Absolutely. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you as well, Jill, for having me again here for the second time. So thank you so much. I'm Claudia PRsa. I am a certified theta healer, and theta healing is an energy healing modality which has been around for approximately 25 years at this stage, and it provides a great set of tools for us to identify our self-limiting beliefs so that we can change them and delete them and cancel them out and bring in new empowering beliefs and new feelings as well, so that afterwards, if you have any blocks or limitations, and we all have them in our life. And at this stage as well, most of us, we have a feeling when something always keeps repeating itself, the same situation or the circumstances, or we are attracting same type of people in our life. And this is usually a sign for us to see, okay, so what's going on here in the subconscious in regards to the beliefs. And what we believe is basically as well the truth, is the reality, because the outer world is always a mirror of what you believe to be the truth inside of you. And this is actually how you can perfectly see how is your life looking at this stage in regards to money and business and relationships and family and health, spirituality. So you get the idea. So we already know, basically, we already have a kind of feeling in regards to what the beliefs could be.
I love what you said about repeating patterns. So really quickly, I am Jillian Rifkind. I'm an acupuncturist and body worker, and I work with the body's energy fields to help to resolve blockages and trauma that can exist in the body. And it's interesting that you said, you have these patterns that keep repeating themselves. Because when we do have something that's hanging out in our energy field, either from a past event or a limiting belief that maybe we've had since we were, 7 years old, when we were in a space where we were trying to adapt to our environment. And if our parents, whether or not we had money, there may be some negative mindsets about money and about manifesting, getting what we want, and maybe some guilt about being able to have access to those things. So I work with that, with the tuning forks, to help to realign the body's electromagnetic field, and so we can show up and feel a sense of flow. And it's a happy eclipse, everybody. These energy shifts are very interesting. So I would like to just do a poll of cards, just kind of spontaneously. I realized the cards were here and I haven't had time to I like to do a reading. So I would like to, so let's start with like our little community. Everybody out there, the intention is like the people around us, maybe our body, maybe our microbiome, but what's going on this like local level that we can find. And the card is, where is it? Shift. And then this one for the Instagram Live. So shifting ourselves, shifting at this like local level. We talked about in the pre-show about how this is kind of a reset for our ego. This is us shifting away from mindsets that maybe don't serve us, and stepping more into our power. And so for the next card, I want to focus on what we are looking at for the greater good. So the greater good of humanity, how we are going to step into that. And here we have connection. It's a beautiful woman with a little starfish and shells, and just this beautiful abundant ocean around her, and the connection that exists in this greater community that we want to focus on, and for the good of humanity. Right now the transits are going through Gemini, which for me, in my natal chart, connects with my community and my sense of community. For others, it may be like a connection to the intellectual, and it's an air sign. So I think it's been activating this interpersonal communication a little bit more. And then let's focus on, for this next one, like what needs to change, what needs to be shaken up. Stretch. So a lot of the times people have been in their little bubble or their home or in a stuck place. And in order to fully step into our human potential, we need to make that change. We need to stretch out of that, whether it's physical movement, which is very important for our bodies, or just looking a little bit deeper inside of us. I wanted to share a daily practice that I've been doing. It's like really simple. So when you first wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, the question that has been like going through my mind is like, what do I need today? What do I need to feel And so if maybe there's something for me that's coming up that I have a challenging day, or and I said, what do I need to feel right now to make that, embody that the rest of the day? And so sometimes it'll be joy or gratitude, and then just spend a little bit of time embodying that feeling. But a couple of days ago, and it was a weekend, so I didn't have a lot that I needed to worry about that day, which I don't like to think of it like that, because I think that we're just here to have fun. But I woke up in the morning and I said, what does my inner child need? What does my inner child want to do? And so I came up with that morning was, I want to juggle. I asked my partner to teach me how to juggle, and I'm still learning how to juggle because it's very difficult. But, finding that playful flow state, that balance, and that, we're not just caring for ourselves and what our needs are, but we have this inner child, and we wanted to honor what those needs are.
Mm-hmm. And something interesting as well, what I just learned as well for you, is that the inner child is connected with the solar plexus.
Yeah.
Can you explain a bit more about this? It's the first time I hear this in relation to the solar plexus and the inner child.
The solar plexus has to do with the ego. It has to do with the development of who we are. And so at a certain age, as a child, children get very fixated on saying no, like really identifying and communicating clearly their identity as they come into it. And so this area of our body where, we receive nourishment, where we transform, and where a lot of our movements come from, really resonates with the inner child. And so often we have this person that lives inside of our solar plexus, this inner child that wants to move, wants to change, wants to play. And it's just by kind of looking into ourselves and what am I feeling right now? What needs to shift for me?
Beautiful. Well, thank you. Yeah, did not know this. Yeah, absolutely.
And is there anything coming up for you around this eclipse that you want to share?
Let me just quickly as well tune in. It's in regards to letting go. I was already as well in the park this afternoon and sitting under a tree, and then I was just seeing as well what it means for me, and it feels like letting go as well, and obviously we have to let go all the time as well. It's just but again, these are the specific energies where just a bit like a boost, so that the universe as well brings us this certain energy, so that it's a bit easier as well, so that we can just let go easier and move forward with our lives and to the next, how to say, shift as well, what you just picked with the card, basically as well to shift to the next thing in Divya, whichever it is. It's going to be different for each of us, but to go to the next thing, it feels a bit like a gate is going to be opened, so that we can move on to the next thing in our life, and different as well for everyone.
I love that.
Yeah.
Little tingles on the back of my spine, my neck. And that's interesting. That's just opening doors that if we think about what our life has been and what we've been focusing on, that if there was an opening or a shift, maybe what we believed for a long time ended up not being what we thought it was. And often, like in the media, I feel like things are coming out that I would think in another time period would have been suppressed. But there is the shift, and that we can rely on that. That's happening. And so with that shift, we can move forward to things that we never thought were possible in this manifestation of reality.
Yes, and I read as well the other day somewhere that right now as well, people are getting stronger as well with their minds, meaning as well that it's easier and faster for them to manifest as well their desires into their life. And isn't this fantastic? Just like as well to realize how developed and advanced we are in this new, how do you call it, Aquarius era? Yeah.
What is it?
Aquarius. The time right now we have stepped in. It's Aquarius or not?
Aquarius, yes.
Yeah. So it's just like that. We are getting stronger as well with the minds and awaken as well more. So yeah, that it's possible for so many of us as well to manifest faster than it has been in the past, and that's pretty cool too to know.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for manifestation?
Okay. So something as well yes. So what I do as well is always I am careful in regards to say what it is I do want, because I hear so many as well, and my clients too, they say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want that. And the universe doesn't understand don't and can't and won't. So the universe just hears, I want that. It doesn't get the don't. And then you get more of this, So that's something very to be cautious about it. So just focus on the things you would love to. So change the story or change the wording. So what it is you would like to manifest. And then as well, something which hasn't come up in The Secret and in the Law of Attraction books I was reading, it's the missing piece. What are you going to do in regards to attract the goals and desires? It's not just about us to be at home and to do the vision board or to write the list in regards to me. Yeah. So the universe loves us to take action. So we are physical beings spiritual beings in a physical body, and this physical body needs to take action as well in regards to get the soulmate. Are you going to sign up on a platform? Are you going to socialize a bit more, or to get the clients? Are you going to show up more on social media? So it's just like inspired action steps towards your goals, so that the universe can meet you halfway.
Yeah, so I'm getting that it's not just about universe, bring me this, bring me a cheeseburger, but it's I would like a cheeseburger, and I'm going to go to the store and get the ingredient, like I'm going to maybe show up halfway. I'm going to go to this cheeseburger stand, and there's going to be a cheeseburger ready for me there.
Yes, exactly. So halfway, and then the universe can come as well halfway. And there was something else that just popped up, something missing ingredients as well. I didn't see much around. Oh gosh, it just came up. It's gone again. Manifestation. Okay, and the thing is as well, just like state that you've got everything you desire already, that you have this now. Something as well, because if we say, I want the soulmate, I want more clients, I want my business, and then wanting always signifies as well to the subconscious is the lack. It's not there yet. So we will be waiting a bit longer, because we will be in this wanting state for a bit longer, rather than say, I have this already in my life. I have this now.
Yeah.
I
will add to that a little bit that, yes, like focusing on the things that we have and the joy that it brings us. And I try and make that part of my practice to jot down the things of the day that brought me joy. And I just got really excited about, working with the body and the way the body responds and like different things that inspire me. And so, that was something that I wrote down this week was, it was really interesting. And then I kind of couldn't wait to look at that in more people, those specific phenomenons of how things come together, how the nervous system unwinds and works together. So I think that focusing on what we have and its abundance is something that really helps us in the future. And since it is a new moon, it is, and I think that with eclipses, it's not really as much about manifestation. There is some like a opening, awakening, a new beginning. But eclipses, I believe, are also about releasing some ideas and beliefs. So it's almost like we're going into this doorway, and because the sun and the moon are lining up, we're at the precipice of this doorway where we have the future in front of us and the past behind us, and we're doing this dance through that doorway.
Yes. I totally agree with this. It's a bit like, and for us as well to be brave enough and to feel safe and secure to go forward into the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful analogy. Yes.
And that's what I want for everybody listening and everybody out there, is to feel that safety and security in that we can embody our solar plexus and we can move that forward. I think eclipses do sometimes shake up the physical body or the emotional state and bring things into this alignment, and so that we have to deal with what's there. For example, the solar eclipse, there was one that was visible in the Pacific Northwest, in a slice of the upper part of the state of the United States. And I had injured my ankle, and it was better, but I was walking on it, and I was at this music festival, and it kind of came to a head after the eclipse. It was like, you need to stop everything and just rest. Like, we're going to make it so that you absolutely have to do that. So sometimes things will wake up with the eclipse. We'll be kind of forced to take inventory of what's going on in our body and how things are feeling.
Now, beautifully said. And as well, like something else in regards to manifestation, which I haven't heard and read as well previously, is don't just ask for 2 or 3 things on your manifestation list, ask for 10 or 20 things. And it can be small to bigger things. So small things as in a free lunch, a cup of coffee, up to things which can take a year, 2 or 3. And the reason here is that the subconscious loves to be busy. And if you just ask for 1 or 2, 3 things and you get them in your life, the subconscious is like, okay, so what now? I don't have anything to do. And then it entertains you with drama, which we don't want. So just like keep it always busy and manifest small things as well. Absolutely. Yes. And I just got a sign from the computer. Absolutely. Yeah. Just like
you got a sign.
Yes. Just like one of the pop-ups, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Just like, no, just a pop-up at this time. So just like keep the subconscious busy. Yeah. So that we don't have the drama in our life. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, is there anything else that you want to add before we get started with the group healing?
No, I think it's fine for us to start. Yeah, let's set intentions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to call in the healing energies for available for this session. So I'm going to do that quietly. And if there's anything you want to add, or if you just want to do something similar, we'll just do that. High vibe. Okay, so we are ready to get started in our group session, and just calling in if you're watching, any intentions that you have. If you wanted to type any of those in, that could help us in moving in that direction. But we're going to focus on the collective energies of the solar plexus and the inner child, and allowing the inner child to be liberated, feel the security and the confidence that it needs to manifest the things that you want in your life. So so please, if you are watching, please type that in and we can get started here. I'm getting that the energy is a little bit heady right now. And so people might need to fully move into their body, because the energy can be up in the head, above the head, in thought, in this intellectual sort of battle that can happen.
So let's do some grounding quickly. Shall we do some grounding to connect with just like to envision how roots are coming down from the sole of our feet and they're going into Mother Earth, so that we are feeling connected and grounded into Mother Earth and to Mother Earth as well, so that we feel like
deep, beautiful roots.
So that we feel like deeply rooted in our bodies. That's a good exercise. So just envision our roots are going down all into Mother Earth, and you're deeply connected and rooted to this beautiful energy. Thank you, Jill. Okay.
So if you are watching, please don't be driving. Please pull over or change the programming if you are driving. But please find a comfortable place to sit or lay down. And we will begin with working at the base of our ankles and feet to help to connect the energy to our planet. And so, the fear comes up. There's some fear in the collective. Fear of scarcity, fear that there's not going to be enough for resources for us to go around. And so the great thing is that as we connect with the earth, as we start taking our shoes off, as we start removing that rubber layer of static between us and the earth, we will have more resources because we'll be aligned with the healing of the earth energy. And that's going to change how people see our resources and how people see mining and refining oil, and people are just going to be able to use the resources of the earth to find the best way forward. And then we're going to connect the soles of the feet with the center of the earth. Really deep down, these beautiful roots coming through the ground, and the roots coming off of each of our toes into the soles of the feet, deep into the center of the planet, of the earth's heart chakra, creating this beautiful resonance, this beautiful anchor deep in the center of the earth, where our vibration can resonate all the way down, just like a really old growth tree that goes, a couple 100 feet deep into the ground, and tapping into the mycelium networks. And we can resource, we can receive healing from the earth this way. We can receive the energies of the earth, and we can release any feelings and emotions and thoughts that don't serve us. We can release those into the earth. As they go deeper into the earth will transmute that energy and make it easier for us to absorb that energy back, recycling it into radiant light for us to absorb. And then I'd like to connect the crown of the head and the soles of the feet, the whole chakra system, together with the sun and with the earth, as we are in an eclipse. And so everything is lining up. And I'm feeling a little bit of static in the scalp, like kind of on the left side of the scalp. And so I'm thinking that there may be something, the left side is related to the feminine energies. And Claudia, is there anything that you could think of that may be coming up in the collective that we could work with?
The left side, the feminine side, the mother side. Just tune in.
Actually, I can feel it right now.
Well, I would say as well, anything which hinders us as well to step into the feminine energy, just like to let it go as well, like anything what is in the way, to just create it and uncreate it as well. So just like anything what's in the way for us to be in our feminine energy, and to allow it and to accept it and to live it as well. Yeah, just like to uncreate it. Yeah. Feels as well a bit to me in regards to accepting as well the feminine part of us, yeah, and not to be afraid about it, just like it's part of us as well, because so often we're in the masculine, pushing, doing, as well as the feminine, and that's the masculine energy. So it's just like to embrace the feminine in regards to receiving, and yeah, it's just like to receiving rather than just always doing, so just like to have a good balance. Yeah. Yeah.
Receiving, often we receive through the left side of our body, as I'm always envisioning the right side we're rooting down into the earth, and the left side we're receiving and cycling our energies.
Yes, and as well, it's okay to be in the feminine energy and the female without feeling weak as well, because on some level we always feel like we have to prove it to the world, the family, the husband, the colleagues, that we can be the great worker, the businesswoman, entrepreneur, the healer, the therapist. So it's just like as well, it's okay. I'm just like getting it's the cream in my eyes. It's all good.
Oh.
No. Yeah, it's
it
okay.
Almost feels like the idea of equality isn't quite right. Like the idea is great, but we have our own resources and skills, and we're all so unique.
Yeah. And it's okay as well to be vulnerable. You know as well, a part of the feminine aspect to be vulnerable and to show it, and it's okay to do so as well without feeling that we are weak or that we are feeling judged. It's okay, to show vulnerability. It's absolutely okay. And you'd be surprised because the other side, no matter who it is, they love you for this.
I love that.
Yeah, just got
It can be a superpower to feel that.
Jill, can I give some downloads?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So everyone watching the video and as well afterwards the replay, I'm going to tune in into the universe, into the creative force, into the divine or the creator, however you would like to call it. And in theta healing, we are able to bring in new empowering beliefs. And this is what I'm going to do now. And in theta healing, we believe in the free will. So whenever I suggest now something, if you would like a new belief being instilled into you, and if it resonates, you just have to say out loud, yes. You don't have to type it in the chat as well afterwards in the replay. The energy is still working. So you just have to say yes if it resonates, and then I make the command. I do it silently, and then the energies, the new affirmations or the downloads, the new beliefs, however you want to call it, are being made instantly for you. All right, so let me tune into the people watching the live and as well the replay afterwards. Okay, first of all, would you like to let anything go so that the energy of the creative force or the creator, however you want to call it, can we ask this energy to take anything out from you which is ready to be released at this particular time in your life? So if you would like this, just say yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to do the command and asking the creator. I like to work with the creator in theta healing. That anything which is no longer serving us, the people watching the video and as well the replay afterwards, that anything will be released from them as well, like anything holding them back from stepping actually forward in their lives too, just like to be released. And now just use your breath as well and imagine how you're breathing everything out would no longer resonates with you and in your life and in your body at this particular time and day. And the energy of the creator of the universe is very gentle, so you don't have to push it. It's doing its work. The healing is between you and this energy. I'm just the facilitator. I'm the channel. But the healing actually is between you and the energy of the universe. And can we teach you that it's safe for you to move forward in your life? Usually, as well, when we don't feel like it's safe to move forward, we feel it in the legs, and the legs and the feet as well stand for it's okay to move forward. So, can we teach you how it feels that it's safe for you to move forward in your life and that you know how to do it? If you would like this, just say yes, and I can make the command.
Yeah.
And can we show you as well that you're always being guided? You're always being guided no matter what. Because if you think of you 5 or 10 years ago and where you are today, you can beautifully understand how the circumstances, the people, everything you've been going through has exactly brought you to this particular time in your life. And so just like the understanding for you and the knowing that it's going to happen as well from now on. You're being guided all the time. So can we teach you that life happens to you? That life happens for you rather than to you. So if you would like this, just say yes, please. That life happens for you rather than to you. Everything's happening for you. And something else as well, what Jill just said earlier is in regards to the fear of scarcity mentality. And it's not really serving us because just I would like you to ask, what type of decision have you made at some point and feeling in regards to scarcity or fear, and then the decision and the outcome afterwards, usually it's not a good outcome, right? So can we show you that this is a universe of plenty? And the truth is as well that you are not being just like dumped here on this planet with lack and scarcity, because the universe wants you to be here and to have this experience and to enjoy it with all its facets and the beauty and the dreams and the goals you desire. And the truth is, it's a universe of plenty, and there's plenty for all of us here. Plenty of health and soulmates and clients and health, just like plenty of everything. So if you would like this, just say yes, please. Okay, and the solar plexus stands for self-esteem and self-confidence. It's as well like one part, how it, what it represents. So can we teach you what it feels like to feel and to be self-confident and to have a healthy self-esteem? And by this as well, I would like you to ask if you would like to know the highest truth of self-confidence and self-esteem of the universes, rather than what you have picked up through some experiences or in the media or through people. You know what I mean? The highest truth of what it feels like to be and to feel self-confident and to have a good, healthy self-esteem. So if you would like this, just say yes, please. Thank you. Okay. And then I'm getting as well the power. So the solar plexus stands as well for power. And yeah, I mean, many of us actually, the truth is, we are scared on some level of our own power, on some level. So can we teach you what power actually means? And here again, I would like to show you the highest truth of the universe versus what you have picked up from your life experience or in media, the government, whatever, So the highest truth of the universe, what power stands for and means. And can we show you as well what it feels like for you to be in your power, to step into your power, so that you can do it without that you feel like scared of it, that you can step into your power and it can you can adjust to this energy. It can feel comfortable and it can go as well in your own space, so that you can at some point fully be in your power and really enjoy it. Thank you. And that you can as well be in your power without feeling that you are too much, or that you're being a bit too arrogant. So these are all fears or stories we tell ourselves, rather to stay small than to step into our power, so that you can be in your power without being too much for others or without coming across as being too arrogant. So without. Thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we can be friends with our ego, that our ego is functionally allowing us to support ourselves and to know, they say the ego is to know which mouth to feed. And so although people can talk about how the ego is a negative thing in the spiritual sense, that it's keeping us from fully embodying ourselves as a spiritual being, it is something that is connecting us to the human form and connecting us to the planet and connecting us to ourselves, and so that we can best take care of ourselves. And so we do not need to feel guilty for taking that time to take care of ourselves, because ultimately when we take care of ourselves, we're also taking care of the planet, and we're also taking care of other people in our lives who really need us to. We really need to show up for them too.
Yeah, and I've got a good example here. I've been a flight attendant for 13 years prior to being a healer. And there's this great example with the oxygen masks, yeah? Pull your own oxygen mask first. You come first, and then you can help the kids, the elderly, and the other passengers. So, yeah. Self-care comes first.
Yeah, so important. So I just want to go back into that area on the left side of the crown and just see what's coming up. So something is coming up around childhood. So it's very possible that it could be related to the mindset, as when we are both, 1 to 6 years old, we take on the beliefs of our family and the people that are around us at the time, so that we can survive. And a lot of what we're talking about has to do with survival and actualizing that self-esteem, and so that we can have room for play and what we want more of in our lives. And so I'm going to take a look at that and work on that vibration. Sorry. My water bottle is
what?
So when you were a kid, I don't know if your parents ever said, you can't have that toy. And it's that, I guess it's that feeling of guilt that we can't have that. There's a reason that we can't have it. We're not enough. We don't have enough. And so just infusing that energy of safety and security and the freedom. And knowing, I think it's important that we know the value of things, that we know the energy that goes into them. But as a child, understanding that energy goes into something, and it's not this negative thing where we don't have enough for that. It's we have enough, but we have enough for all the things that we need. So I think it's just about reframing that story and just having a story around, we had all the things that we needed. And that toy, it wasn't something that we needed at that particular time. So. And we're coming up here on just a little bit of resistance. Resistance around wanting more, maybe not feeling like we should be able to want more and to have more, not feeling like that's okay. But that's, but I think that's a human condition, right? That we're always going to want a little bit more. We're always going to want to keep pushing it and to keep moving. And why is that a bad thing to want more? Like, I would love to help more people, to work with more clients, to activate more of people's imaginations.
Yeah, and the truth is as well, the universe wants us to enjoy this life here and to have as much as we desire, you know? Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Connecting those energies at the crown to the center of the universe, where we can transmute those patterns, those limitations, connecting our whole body as a circuit to the earth, to the sky, and so that we don't have to use our own resources. You guys, we don't have to use our own resources anymore. We can connect with the web of life, and we can use the resources that are around us, just like trees root into the ground so that they can collect what they need. Is there anything else that you'd like to add? I think that was just a beautiful kind of taste of what we do, and to tap into the collective system, and empowering us as we move through this eclipse, as we move through the doorway.
Yeah, and that's as well like another thing, you know, like the beliefs we have, we pick them up as well, not just childhood, the collective consciousness as well, you know, in regards to what the media is telling us, the government or the people we spend time with at work, you know, just like when you hear something over and over again in the collective, you could form as well a belief out of it. So just like as well to be a bit more aware in regards to this as well. So is this your truth or is it their truth? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a constant process of cycling through that, of working through those beliefs and sifting through as we are right now on this precipice of reality, the veil becoming thinner, and us finding our truth and reimagining what we thought was real. And so it's important for us to move through those things and sift through those things with a skepticism and a recycling of those beliefs. What's true for me today, and what's true for me tomorrow?
Yes, I like this. This is something how we can start the day as well. And because the end as well is that we have the power to change our story, you know, and the mindset. It is just up to us. Yeah.
I love that.
Change the story we are telling ourselves over and over again. Yes.
Love it. It's been so much fun to do these eclipses with you and to work with everybody. You know, if anybody has any questions or wants to connect, Claudia, she has her, I'm sure we'll post it again. She has her Facebook group, Shine Your Brilliance, or your page. I have my page, if you're watching on it right now, is Joy Point Clinic. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love in the comment section. And if you're watching the replay, you know, show us some love too, and we would love to connect with you guys. Send us a message and just get some more feedback about your experience and how the rest of your eclipse was. So have a beautiful day.
As well. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful day as well from me from London. to everyone as well watching and joining us today. And thank you so much as well for you, Liz,
Thank
for
you.
having me. Thank you.